Email, email, email. It never ends. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Coffee beeping. Time to get some coffee. Be right back. It's a hot day in the Philippines here today. Mostly I go with some hot coffee, but today it was time to get some cold iced coffee for a change. Been trying to get my steps up with exercise up to at least 10,000 a day. I'm up to, what is that, 7,902? Not bad for 2:09 in the afternoon. So it's nice to be in some air conditioning with some cold coffee to be able to cool down a little bit. So I've been getting some questions from you guys out there, a lot of them having to do with how to start a business in the Philippines, and others of you that are in different countries wondering how you do different things like hire people from the Philippines to be able to help out with your business. So this week I got a question, and he said, I'm interested in learning how one finds VAs or virtual assistants from the Philippines that one can trust. For example, for Instagram, you have to give someone your login info if they're going to post for you. I was concerned about that, or should I be concerned about that? I've had identity fraud in the past. Second, are there VAs that could hire to be in a sales support role for me? Seems like you know a lot about this. Please let me know if you're open to phone calls. So yes, I am open to phone calls, and definitely welcome emails about business and hiring people in the Philippines. So feel more than welcome not to just watch, but also if you ever want to reach out and ask questions, I'm here to support you. So this is a question that I already responded to by email, and looks like we'll probably set up a call in the future. But I thought that this is a question that others of you might be interested in learning about as well. And so that's the subject of this episode. Okay, recording. So this is a topic that has interested me for a long time, and that has been a part of my life for a long time. Before I moved to the Philippines, I had a company, Purple Cow Agency, that I started in 2008, and my very first person that I got to help us out was Nguyen from Vietnam, and he worked with me as a freelance contractor and did a great job as a web developer. After time, we eventually got our own office and started to get California-based employees to work from our office there, and we've continued to do that to this day. At the same time, we've always looked for contractors to help supplement what we would do from California, and I worked with literally hundreds of contractors from India, perhaps more than anywhere on the technical side, but also Russia, Vietnam, the Philippines, and a number of other places. And so after years of doing that and having a lot of experience of dealing both with local employees in the US and contractors from overseas, I decided to put that experience into starting a business process outsource company here in the Philippines. And that's what Purple Cow in the Philippines does, is help others that are looking for outsource employees to be able to find reliable workers here. So when it comes to this question of can you find reliable VAs that you could trust in the Philippines, there's really two ways to approach this, and I think both have some pros and some cons. So the first one is you could do what I had done for years, and that is go to websites like Upwork.com, and you could post different jobs, and you basically just let people know what it is that you need done, either for a quick job or for a long-term job. And once you do that, there's going to be a number of people that are going to bid on that job, and you're going to get to see how many stars they were rated from past jobs, what experience they have, their portfolio, feedback that they get from reviews from other people that have worked with them. And this was a mixed experience for me. So sometimes I would find people that were phenomenal. I would probably say about 5% of the people that I worked with were truly wonderful. And to this day, I still have one of those people working with me, Nitish, and he's worked with me for years now. And I rely on him and trust him and appreciate him completely. He's just done a great job with us over the years, and so even though I have an office in the Philippines and in California now, I still continue to be loyal to him because of the excellent work that he's done. On the other hand, I had a lot of people that were either very low quality or very good at what they did, but they didn't follow through. Honestly, it was really a mixed kind of bag of good and bad, but honestly, mostly average to bad. I had to really sort through a lot of people that weren't so good or weren't so reliable to find the few that were. Coffee break. In a lot of Asian countries, there's a lot of tea that's served, and I've had some amazing tea in places like South Korea and other Asian countries, certainly China. I love red tea, which I've only ever had in China. It was great, but I'm really a coffee guy. And I find that in the Philippines, and I know Vietnam is the same, coffee is huge here, and there's really some great coffee. So it's one of those things. I'm a long way away from home in California, but I'm glad that my second home has some great coffee is here as well. So going back to this question from my viewer about can you hire virtual assistants in the Philippines? Absolutely. So we talked about your first choice being going through a site like Upwork, where you're dealing one-on-one with the virtual assistant. But the second way that you could go about this is by working with a business process outsourcing company or a BPO like Purple Cow Philippines that I run here in the Philippines does. And how this works for us is a client will come to us and they'll let us know of the position or positions that they need to hire. Either they'll have an existing job description, or we'll help them put one together based on the skills and the needs that they have for their business. And then once that happens, we will get to work with our HR team, posting jobs on local job boards here in the Philippines. We'll search through connections on LinkedIn, and we'll put ads on Facebook, which is a really popular way for people to hire in the Philippines. And then my HR team will do the initial interviews where they're really seeing if somebody has all of the skills that our client needs for these particular roles. And once they make it past the HR team, then I'm brought in for the final interviews to really make sure that I also approve of the people that they recommend before we then pass them on to our client to do final interviews, typically over Zoom or Facebook chat or something like that, where through video they're able to see each other and make the final decision on who's going to work with their company. From there, that virtual assistant works with our client one-on-one, but we're also overseeing them. So we're still taking care of project management and HR. When it comes to things like government benefits, which need to be paid for employees over here, we take care of all of that. After they pass a probationary period, we also take care of healthcare for those employees as well. And we create an environment where employees want to come to work and do their best, and where each other really encourages each other and brings out the best of each other in a supportive work environment, which really is very different than just working with someone one-on-one that's typically at home and doesn't have those extra support and accountability systems to be able to lean on. So for me, what I think is that if you're just looking for a short job, something that's maybe every once in a while or just a one-time kind of need, something like Upwork or one of the competitor sites to Upwork really makes a lot of sense. But if you're looking for someone that's really going to be a part of your work family and be there day after day, regular hours, and they're going to get to know who you are, who your business is, what your needs are, and be able to grow in those skills, it makes a lot more sense to hire a business process outsourcing company in the Philippines as opposed to the Upwork, type of example. So as always, if you have any questions about these things, I'm always here. Let me know how I could help. Coffee's gone. I guess it's time for me to go. As always, thank you for taking the time to listen. If you have any questions, make sure and drop me a line. Take care.